What's up guys, this is Quante and welcome back to more Let's Play Donkey Kong Country Returns. Last episode we did, well, all the levels that are colored blue, and this time we're going to be doing all the levels that are colored red. So let's get to it. And I've been having a little bit of trouble with my Dazzle, so hopefully there's no audio desync. If so, then I might cut out the sound and replace it with the music that's in the level, which would suck, especially on the second episode. But audio desync really isn't something I could control, and this game has an autosave feature, so it's not like re-recording is gonna be there, you know, or it's not gonna make it seem like I didn't re-record. It's sort of gonna be like that Super Talking Time Bros vibe where I would re-record, but you would know that I re-recorded because levels would already be done. It would sort of be like that same situation. And I don't really think that matters too much because I did it that entire LP, so why not this one? I don't really know. Well, that's only going to be if there's audio desync, and I'm hoping that there's not, because, well, that would suck. But yeah, let's do this cannon level, because cannon levels are always the best in Donkey Kong Country games, and you have to have precision and all that stuff, which isn't something a lot of people that I know have, and there's not too many people that I know who can do that one cannon level in the original Donkey Kong Country flawless, but myself, of course. But not to be a pretentious bastard, let's just keep on going and, you know, do this level. And there is a puzzle piece up here, you know, because there's a trail of bananas leading to it, if you really wanted to get that. And up we go. I don't see how Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong just don't get really dizzy doing stuff like this. But, you know, it's whatever. This segment is a little tricky because, the type of barrel switches. It's like barrels that you press A and it shoots you to the next one, and then it'll sort of switch it up on you and you have to sort of wait for it. But I'm playing the level so fast that it's I'm not even able to explain stuff when it's happening. I'm just sort of going, man. And I'm glad that doesn't kill you. On certain things like that, if you get hit in the air when you're getting shot out of a barrel, it'll make you plummet. But for some reason it doesn't do it there. But we got that level done, so I'm really glad. Sort of a weirdly commentated level, but I don't really care. Let's just go to the next one, dang it, because, well, whatever. Crazy Cart. Hopefully I won't die here, but I'm pretty sure my first death will be here anyway, because one of the letters you have to have some really precise jumping just to get the N here, and I'm probably going to end up missing it and end up dying. Because usually what I do is if I end up missing something, I'm going to die just to get it. I don't want to play the whole level over again. Sort of the same thing with New Super Mario Bros. And stuff like that. If I miss a star coin and I'm at the end of the level, I kill myself so I can go back and find it. I'm not going to play the level 5,000 times, you know. It's just the sort of mentality that I have with these new age platformers. But yeah, here's the first minecart level. Minecart levels were, you know, all over the place in the original game, and they're all over the place even more in this game. I almost thought I was going to miss the K there, but whatever. So moles, they're just going to be here and everywhere. And they're sort of the dominant species in the cave world that we're going to be going to, which is full of minecart levels. So get used to seeing them, because they're going to be everywhere. And wow, look at that close-up perspective with the camera. It's glorious, isn't it? Look at those HD graphics. Not really. I do want to see this game in HD, though. DKC Returns 2 needs to happen. And we're coming up on that letter that I was talking about earlier. Hopefully I don't end up dying. I think I will anyway, though, just because. And oh, I didn't miss it. Well, it's good. Well, hopefully I don't run into any of these flaming tikis, because if you run into anything, it's an instant kill on this level, so make sure, you know, you're playing well enough. But I'm pretty much done with the level now, there's no worries. Hopefully. Don't want to end up jinxing myself. And you do sort of want to jump, right at the edge of this hill, or else you're going to actually miss this railing and die. I've only done that once, but I found out that there is actually a way to miss that, so make sure you don't. And this commentary has sort of been fast-paced for some reason. I don't know. It's sort of weird trying to get used to recording with my capture card and all that stuff. Not that that makes it any different. I mean, it's still a Let's Play. I don't know why I'm feeling any different than I usually do, but once you get all the KONG letters, you'll unlock a secret level. So that's pretty much how you'll know if you actually got all the KONG letters in a single world, because it'll unlock one of the temple levels, and the temple levels are always going to be significantly harder than, you know, any of the levels that you've done in that world in particular. So it's like a massive difficulty spike that just happens within one level, and you sort of got to get used to that. I mean, there's nothing you can really do about it. This level in particular really isn't that bad. I mean, if you're good at platforming, which is, you know, what the level's all about, then you're not going to really have too much trouble with it at all. I mean, it's a really easy level to me, but that's only because I played it so many times. But you just got to get used to these temple levels, and, you know, the ones later on in the game get significantly difficult. This is only the first of many, or maybe like the first of 8, since there are only, you know, there's one temple level in every world, and there's 8 worlds, so get used to them, because they're hard. This one, I mean, there's just falling platforms, and you kind of just have to not stop. That's the only advice I can really give you right here, is just never stop and keep on going. And in spots like these, I don't really hold the jump button just so I don't end up overshooting something into spikes. I just sort of, you know, press the control pad to go over these tikis. There are more sections like that where you do it, sort of like right there. You know, I didn't press the jump button to get over him, or else I would have just died. So, let's just keep on going. You know, there's not really too much to the level in particular. But getting the puzzle pieces, you sort of have to, you know exactly what you're doing, or else you're gonna fall. But again, puzzle pieces aren't really required, so we're just gonna miss out on those. And that's the level. So we get a giant shiny orb, because you just gotta love those giant shiny orbs. Woo. And we're gonna go on to the boss. And what time are we at? We're at 7 minutes. I think I could actually go into the next world if I wanted to. I'm not really too sure about that, but let's just keep on going. Did most of the levels in this episode relatively fast anyway, so let's just keep on trucking, man. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. And why was I strangely silent there? Well, here's the reason for my silence. Because this ugly creature eating bananas, or not really so much ugly, but mugly. Haha, not really. But look at his face. He's sort of like a mutated Yoshi mixed in with Rambi the Rhino or something. But Kalimba's gonna hypnotize him, of course, and then he turns all evil on us and starts fighting us. So I don't really think any of the bosses in this game are really bad. They're probably like these really wild creatures until these tikis start hypnotizing them. But I don't really know what this would be. I mean, it's Mugly, of course, but what the heck is Mugly? He's like a frog Yoshi Rambi thing. But one thing is that seeing the E3 demos for this game and seeing people fight this boss, it was absolutely dreadful. I mean, I had never played the game before. I was just watching people play it at E3, you know, on YouTube. But it was terrible. They couldn't really get his patterns down, and his patterns are really easy. And I think the first time I played the game, like, I think I only got hit like a couple of times, but I never died. But it's like, people really just can't get used to his pattern for some reason. And if you couldn't beat the first boss of this game, I could imagine, you know, how they've played the rest of the bosses if they actually ended up getting it after E3. But it was just so bad. But he has to do snapshots for us. A flashy fashion show before he dies. And oh, Big Bad Kalimba isn't so big and bad anymore. How do you feel, Kalimba? Because, you know, all of the tikis that are like this are actually named after instruments. And so let's pummel him to death. Aww, I missed that action command. Because if you punch too early, you'll actually just end up killing him instantly. But if you get close enough, you can do like melee attacks on him, and then the most you can get is like 22. It's not anything too significant, but whatever. And so Donkey Kong puts his flag down in the jungle, and then we can move on to the beach levels in this game. And I think I'm going to play at least, I guess, one of them, just because we still have plenty of time left. We know we're at 10 minutes. I think I can just do this level and then call it a day. So we're going to go to Popping Planks. Sounds interesting. But many of the environments in this game are pretty interesting. And the graphics just look nice overall. You know, you can tell you're in like a nice 3D area, and everything just looks really good for this to be a Wii game, because people just don't like the way Wii games look for some reason. But I mean, it's a really nice looking game, and seeing as how New Super Mario Bros. U looks really good in HD, I'd love to see this game like on Wii U. No, I've said that 1,000 times, but that's probably going to be a running theme in this game. You know, seeing as how this is probably one of the best games on the Wii. Not the best game, but one of them. You know, there are a lot of good games on the Wii, some of which I'm going to actually end up doing Let's Plays on, hopefully in the near future. But it seems like for some reason with the Wii, like, most of the games that were good were just games that Nintendo made themselves, you know, like many of the third-party games. Not saying they weren't really that good, but they weren't as good as the ones Nintendo made. Like, many of the games that have the best graphics are the ones that Nintendo made, and many of the games that are just really, really, really deliciously good are the ones Nintendo made. So it seems like Nintendo sort of dominates their own system, which is good and all, but, you know, gotta have that third-party support, or else it's just not gonna do good. So, I mean, this is a second-party game. I mean, Retro Studios made it, and it's just about as good as if Nintendo made it, you know, one of their old Mario games and stuff like that. But, whatever, you know, it's Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is delicious. And I don't really know. I would have done Donkey Kong Country 3 before this game, but I just don't like Donkey Kong Country 3, to be completely honest. Like, I don't really know. I just decided to skip it. Maybe I'll do an LP of it one day, but I just don't really like Donkey Kong Country 3 in general. It's just not really, you know, like the other ones. It just sort of seems too different. And there's just kind of more that I don't like about it than I do like about DKC3, so I'm probably not going to do an LP of it. Simply just because, or at least not now. Unless I like just have the feeling to play it one day or something, I'll just do an LP of it, but I just don't like it all too much. As for this one, you know, this is the true sequel to DKC2. No, not really. This doesn't really follow up on any of them at all. If anything, you could say this is sort of a rehash of the first game, but not really. It follows the same basic story. Like DK gets his banana hoard stolen and stuff like that, but it's nothing like it. Don't know where I'm going with anything anymore, because this commentary just sucks. But you're gonna have to deal with it. And, well, that's all for this episode, so I guess I'll see you guys next time when we do Sloppy Sands, and hopefully a great majority of World 2. So yeah, see you guys.